Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. It is time for a subreddit I am kind of afraid to go into. You read the title, you know what it is. The right can't meme. It can be very frustrating very quickly because it just makes no sense, and y'all know how frustrated I get if things don't make sense. So let's do it, I guess. But before we get started, as always, grab something to drink, grab some tea or some water, and then we'll get started. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go. Ah yes, the classical, teach your boys to be men before their teachers teach them to be women. Because all teachers are woke and want to trans your kids, apparently, because that's how things work. Or is it just because, oh, if men show emotions, they're not men anymore, and to be in touch with qualities that you deem feminine isn't being a man? Listen, if you wanna chop wood shirtless, go off. But listen, that's the whole, oh, there's only one way to be a man, and how I say a man should be is how a man should be, and anyone else isn't a man. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. If you want to teach your son to chop woods, cool, whatever, you know? Ah yes, we're staying strong with this one. Unvaccinated is a slur. The correct term is pureblood. Because mixing in language that's just constantly been used to dehumanize entire groups of people is in any way good or making you seem like a sane person. Also, saying unvaccinated is a slur is so dumb. Like, do you understand what a slur is? I just started HRT. I'm so excited for you. Be your true self. So brave. 3 years later, I think I screwed up. That's your own fault, TERF. Transphobe. You were never really trans. Posted with a caption of, I don't give a fuck if someone detransitions, really, as long as they aren't grifters for TERFs. Yeah, literally. I mean, I feel bad for you if you actually transitioned and then realized that it actually wasn't the right choice for you. Because that sucks. That really just sucks. But honestly, making such a turfy comic about it and pretending like apparently that must be the case for everyone because it was the case for you is so dumb. Like, honestly, for so many people, transitioning is the right choice. And you don't really get to come along and shit on that. You know? Then, I have a degree in psychology. I'm fluent in 3 languages and I've volunteered in social work. Now, I'm non-binary femqueer. I have depression, anxiety, and autism. My pronouns are they, them. I am vegan, feminist, and atheist. I have 100k followers on Twitter and... Okay, listen. I don't even really see what's wrong with anything on the right. But if this is supposed to be a job interview, this is not what people are like in job interviews, you know? I mean, the left, sure, you want to point out the things that are relevant for the job you're applying to. So no one's gonna bring up everything on the right in a job interview if it's not relevant. What do you just think queer people just constantly talk about being queer? Have you met people? Like, what? Ah yes, LGBTQ+, society, children, pedophiles. What? I love this argument of, which has been used, by the way, for centuries, of saying, oh, queer people are all pedophiles, and whatever. Listen, no. Queer people hate pedophiles just as much as any rational person does. 2 people on a date. So, you're a Democrat, right? He runs off. Okay, but she seems pretty happy he's gone. Well, honestly, that's the kind of thing. If you don't want to date a Democrat, then you can absolutely run away. Maybe be an adult about it and say you're not interested and leave, but honestly, that's kind of fair. But also, it's definitely her right to ask, and if you say no, then she won't want to date you either and is gonna be happy you ran off, yeah. Okay, this one, I have to say, I kind of cropped some of these pictures at the gym yesterday, and I was a little bit worried about cropping this one because I was worried people were gonna think I agree with this meme. Because women explained in bananas, 15, not ripe, 16 to 20, ripe, 20 to 29 years old, 30 plus, trash. Okay, first of all, with the bananas on the far right, you can still make like banana bread and something. It's really good. I wouldn't throw them away necessarily. Second of all, on the age thing, gross. I mean, 16 to 20 ripe. I don't even want to know how old the dude was that made this meme. Because being interested in dating a 16-year-old, if you're like an adult man, again, it's just gross. What the fuck? Literally. Oh my god. But what? 21 to 29 is old already? What? And you can bet this person was probably like over 30. And it's just really weird. What the hell? Ah yes. Please feed my siblings when I'm gone. I want surgery now. This one. It confuses me because it makes no sense. Because what is people starving? Which I think we all agree on shouldn't happen. Yeah, obviously we don't want people to starve because they don't have access to food or clean water. But what does that have to do with trans people and surgery? And also I'm very, very annoyed at the trans flag being the wrong color order. But anyways, because obviously if there were no trans people, world hunger would be solved. It makes no sense. And also it's the same one that made the job interview comic. Because I recognize the dude that's now a doctor. But listen, what the hell? This is what I mean, it makes no sense. What is that? What are you trying to say? Trans people bad? Fine. If that's your point. Okay, but what does that have to do with world hunger? What? When you're watching a show and that woke part comes on, that feels like a lecture from the writers more than actual plot. I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what you're watching. It's, again, totally your right. If you don't want to watch a certain movie, then don't watch it. If you're that triggered by it, then don't watch it. That's your right, you don't have to. But honestly, again, I don't even know what movie you're talking about. I'm not even sure what makes sense if I know what movie you're talking about. Oh well. My generation will start a revolution. I'm sorry, I can't do the Greta accent, okay? I'm sorry. But my ass, your generation can't work 40 hours in a week, can't decide whether you're a boy or a girl, or other, and can't eat meat without crying. Okay, literally, if you're in a war and you're starving, you're literally gonna eat anything. First of all. Second of all, I love the whole, oh, your generation is weak. Because, whatever. I think a lot of people work 40 hours a week. A lot of people go to university and work a job on the side. Y'all realize this, right? Just because my generation thinks that you shouldn't have to be working 40 hours a week or more just to be able to live is a different point. But a lot of people work 40 hours a week. I work 40 hours a week. And I do other stuff and I go to the gym. And honestly, what? And I think a lot of people can't decide whether they're a boy or a girl or other. I know you meant it as an insult, the other, but yeah. What's your point? Okay, ladies, hear me out. OnlyFans, but it's just one fan, and you bear his children, and he takes care of you for life. What is this comic? Oh my god. But, what? Listen, if you don't want women to have an OnlyFans, literally, why even? It's none of your business. If someone wants to have an OnlyFans, or do other kinds of sex work, honestly, if they really want to do it themselves because it's empowering to them or because that's how they like to make money, so what? We all need to make money. Honestly, if you're doing something that works for you, that you're happy with, who really cares? Who really cares? Well, a lot of people apparently do. But honestly, go off. And honestly, if you want a traditional family and have a wife and, you know, you're the one working and she's home taking care of the kids, honestly, as long as you're both okay with that arrangement, no one's coming for that. Listen, no one's saying you have to do something else. But trying to force one lifestyle on everyone, again, just doesn't work. People are too different, man. Vaginas are gross. How dare you sexist pig. Vaginas are gross. I respect your gay orientation. Because there's a difference between saying vaginas are gross because whatever, they have a natural smell or whatever, because listen, genitals just do that. And being like, I don't want to go near vaginas because I'm not interested in that because I'm gay, is different. No one's coming for genital preference. But he's not going around being like, vaginas are gross, they're just disgusting and women need to whatever, douche them or constantly do whatever with them so they don't have the natural smell, or I don't even know what you're trying to say. It's entirely fair. Like, there's different meanings between this one sentence, and you apparently want to come for that. What? Anyways. Don't mistake these smiley faces. This is what your tip is going towards. Consumers against tipping. Okay, this is such an American thing. Because in Germany you tip as well, but more because you want to, because sure, they still get minimum wage in most places, but it is still enough to live off for a lot of people, and you just tip because you know they deserve more, but not because otherwise they're gonna die because they literally can't afford food or anything. But honestly, why are we where's the stereotype of yes, all waiters apparently just use drugs coming from? Drugs are expensive, man. Oh my god. But literally, where is the stereotype even coming from? Okay, I didn't even know the subreddit existed until recently, but apparently there's a counter subreddit called the therightcantmeme. It is furry hoodie? What the hell is that? Okay, listen, just be glad you don't know what a dysphoria hoodie is. Just be glad you don't need it. And I know you like to say, haha, trans people just suck because they can't decide whether they're a boy or girl because they can. Literally, what's your point? Just because you are happy with your gender and it doesn't cause discomfort for you, whatever, good for you. But well, listen, if you don't know what a dysphoria hoodie is, I'm not gonna explain it to you because you don't even want to know, do you? You just want to make fun of trans people because haha, trans people bad. Oh well. We were all being screwed by the screw on the podium. A real Facebook quote. Posted with a flare of boomer meme, which is really funny. But what? I mean, I guess I kind of get what you're saying with this one. Because honestly, a lot of politicians lie and just pretend to be more sympathetic and then kind of end up being self-serving and just exploiting people and their post. But listen, it's still kind of weird. I don't even know. But honestly, this is like the least weird meme I found on the subreddit. So I still wanted to include it, but still, I don't even know, man. If you want to organize your psyche, you could start by cleaning up your room. Don't get me wrong, I like the dude, but this is some funny shit. Because honestly, I mean, he kind of has a point. Because if your surroundings are like tidy and clean and you feel comfortable in them, your mind is obviously going to be calmer as well. He kind of has a point on that one, but you can't, well, you can say that and then kind of prove it and be like, well, this is what my room looks like, and as long as it looks like that, I'm not in a good mental state. But honestly, I know it's tricky because a lot of times, especially if you have like depression or something, or other illnesses of any kind really, it can be so hard to keep it clean, and that's just kind of a feedback loop of you don't feel good, so your apartment or whatever just kind of starts getting messier, but then you feel bad on top of it for being messy, and then it is kind of a downward spiral a little bit. But yeah, this is funny. This one, again, I'm just confused by. My wife and I have an open marriage, but one of our partners just moved into our house without my permission. How do I tell her this is not okay? I mean, honestly, I don't even know what the top part has to do with the bottom part, because Chad is going to be living here for a few months. Okay, this will give me time to binge watch the MCU in chronological order. This is what a feminist looked like. Well, honestly, because this comic doesn't make sense. Because the comic doesn't even... In the top part, the husband or whatever isn't okay with someone else moving into the house. Which is fair, because if you live together or you have a house together, you should talk about it before someone else moves in, obviously. And you should agree on it, right? That's kind of fair. But the bottom comic, he seems pretty chill with someone else moving in because he has time for himself. Honestly, I don't even get it. And I love the whole, yes, leftist men are apparently okay with Chads screwing their wives because then they have time to watch MCU. Listen, if you would rather watch MCU, that's kind of fair. That's kind of fair, I'm not coming for that, but listen to this comic. My god. Yes, pick one life for yourself, there is no middle ground. It's okay to be normal, or this. I mean, first of all, there is no middle ground is so dumb, because again, with so many people, there literally is so much middle ground to these two extremes. There's so much middle ground. And it's not even like a linear line of there is so much middle ground, it's just kind of... What? It's kind of like those diagrams. Because I've seen them with autism, because people think it's like autism, low functioning to high functioning. But it's just so many different aspects, because listen, there isn't, you have tattoos of Biden or whatever and colored hair and weird makeup, or you're a normal cishet white family, literally. But I'm confused, literally, because it just makes no sense. This is so dumb, because as if you've seen these people. I love it because it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. Yes, remember when taking off your shoes to get a plane was called a temporary measure? If you don't resist, you will be wearing a clown mask forever. A quick question, is this meme new? Or is it from like 2 years ago? Because I know people still refuse to wear masks. And as I'm looking forward to masks being like mandated again, so you have to wear them again. Because honestly, even just, I don't get people. I was so weirded out by my colleague the other day, because she was sick, she just had a cold, right? But we're in home office most days anyways, right? So that if one of us catches COVID, we're less likely to infect each other. So we're in home office most days, and have like one day where we come into the office. And she had a cold, and she still came in. And I was really upset at it. And she could tell, and she was like, oh, it's okay, I don't have COVID. And it's like, yeah, I know. But literally, coming here and spreading your normal cold doesn't seem like a good idea either, right? Because if you have the chance, why would you do it? And that's why I'm kind of a big fan of masks anyways, because why would you risk getting other people sick if you have the chance not to? Like, how do you care about other people so little that you are gonna risk getting someone else sick? You know, and I know that's not how she meant it. I know she was just, you know, trying to seem like a good worker, because she is, like, I'm not coming for that, but she just wanted to show up and be there. But I still think it's weird, because she could have just done the same thing at home. I don't know. Either way, what are you doing? How do you not have compassion for other people? I love when people complain about Twitter on Twitter. How can you criticize a society when you live in a society? Listen, the more you are on Twitter, the more you know what weird shit goes down on Twitter, and the more you can complain about Twitter. Because I'm not on Twitter. I just get certain things off of Twitter. Because, like, my friends send me, like, K-pop things from Twitter, which is fine. It's kind of funny and entertaining. But then I also get tweets like these that just makes no sense, and like in other subreddits I get kind of various tweets. Some of them are just really funny. But that's kind of the same with every social media. And you can still complain about it while being on it, obviously, because honestly, why do you care? Kids are so dumb. They believe that some guy with a beard would give them stuff for free. Oh my god, communism, yes, because that's... I've seen so many memes. I've seen more memes about, haha, leftists are so dumb they want communism, than I've actually seen people who defend communism and who say we should be doing communism. I just see these memes, and I'm yet to actually meet people who just go around defending what? I don't even know, man. But what? Honestly, I could have included so many more communism memes, but I didn't want to. Poor American, we have universal healthcare. What does your freedom give you? The N-word. The bloody N-word? You mean racial slurs over healthcare, apparently. Because A, you're not actually allowed to use those either. You just do because... I don't even know why you would. Why would you use racial slurs in general, and then turn around and complain about unvaccinated being a slur? Anyways. But honestly, I would rather have universal healthcare than be allowed to use slurs for other people, because I don't know about you, but I don't go around using slurs for other people anyways. You know? So, I would rather have universal healthcare, you know? 12th birthday. Happy birthday, Billy. Wow, internet on the go. Nice. 13th birthday. Ooh, I'm gay, trans, autistic, Muslim, disabled, Antifa, feminist, furry. I make art and my communications are open. Euthanasia kid. Oh, it's another one of these comics. Fun. Because, yes, as soon as kids go on the internet, they immediately turn into whatever. I love how you just throw every random thing you don't like together. Because honestly, if someone goes on the internet and then figures out that, oh fuck, this is why I feel this way, other people feel this way too, I must be trans or autistic or whatever, cool. Cool. I don't think, like, I don't see a reason to shit on that, you know, because if people figure out who they are and why they feel a certain way, that's kind of cool. But honestly, these comics, man, oh my god. Also, in a span of a year, I'm just impressed. Yes, and we're finishing strong. Because this meme has been around so much. The liberated feminist. Damaged hair from overdying, wears tons of makeup because of her low self-esteem, got a crappy flower tattoo when she was 17, uses fake tanner so dark she looks Mexican, sleeps around to improve her self-esteem but it only makes her feel worse, wears clothes that barely fit her, chubby from a diet of fast food and microwave meals, aborted her black baby last year, it's only attracted to black men, claims she's bisexual but has only dated men, works a minimum wage job because her gender studies degree didn't get her anywhere. The trad wife. Natural hair with highlights from the sun, loves her natural face and only wears light makeup. Natural tan from her outdoor lifestyle. Husband works to support her staying at home and raising her kids. Wears modest feminine clothing. In her 20s but is already married with kids. Slim figure from a healthy homemade meals and active lifestyle. Homeschools her kids so they aren't taught progressive BS in schools. Loves her family, race and country, in that order. Really. Knowledgeable about her European roots. Again, this is such a mess. This meme is such a mess. Because, again, if the lifestyle on the right is how you want to live your life, if you want to be a trad wife, fine. But honestly, again, trying to force that on everyone else, and just be like, I'm better than you because I'm slim and I'm married with kids. It's kind of a bullshit move. And also, a lot of men who make memes like this just want a submissive wife as well, which is just disgusting. Literally, people are people, and women are people, and they're their own person. And to expect someone else to just do what you want and to just constantly agree that you're right is such a weird thing. Like, that's just weird. Like, what? It's gross. And honestly, I'm not even arguing against that people on the left exist. But honestly, I want to say it again, because why do you care so much? Why do you care so much if someone like that exists? Why do you care? If that's what they do with their life, okay. If they want to change their life, they can do that. Listen. But how does it doesn't like impact your life. So again, why do you care so much? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. This is why the subreddit is so confusing to me. I won't go back into it often, I can tell you that. I think there's a reason it took me this long to get into it. It is, none of these memes make sense. Because like on other subreddits, there are still memes that don't make sense. And that are just confusing to me. But this subreddit is just full of it. What? I'm sufficiently confused. I need a coffee, dude. I just need a coffee. So I will go make myself some coffee now. I hope you had your tea or your water. I hope you could laugh at these memes because they make no sense. Yeah. Please don't ask me to go back into the subreddit too often. Listen, please. But anyways, I will see you in 3 days. Until then, stay hydrated.